Deputy Speaker, in Queensland we see another revenue-grabbing measure, this time a Labor government attacking four-wheel drive owners who modify their vehicles in completely reasonable ways. And this is just a cash-grabbing attack by commissioning Queensland Police, an organisation we respect so highly, to do fishing in the barrel captures of people in their four-wheel drives as they attend major events. These may well have been rules for some time, but they've broken away from national standard approaches that we would expect all four-wheel drive rules to adhere to around the nation, to the toughest rules purely in Queensland, limiting the distance you can raise a vehicle to 75 millimetres down from 150. Now, that can be as simple as changing suspension and putting in new tyres. Of course, we are the heartland of four-wheel driving, Deputy Speaker. The last thing we want to be doing is killing off the four-wheel drive industry for no other reason than lack of consultation. This was a Queensland government that we're getting used to really dumb decisions. Down here in Canberra, there are governments that should know better, like Victorian Labor, but there's governments that just don't know any better, and that's Queensland Labor. This is another stumbling, bumbling decision where motorists who are just innocently driving along were legal last year and are not legal this year, and they've created a brand new standard that's departed from the rest of the nation. So you just so much as have to cross into the Queensland border and you're driving a vehicle that is now deemed illegal and getting these notifications of inability to drive. They fall prey to police dragnets where just standard lift modifications have occurred. Now, it's important to mention these are not groups, four-wheel drivers, and Member for Bonner knows them well because of our coastal location. These aren't people who delight in breaking the law. These are people who want to be able to drive on off-road conditions and want to get their vehicles safely but high enough to do it in places like Fraser Island. And standard lifts have been around for a long time, and if it goes above, say, 75 millimetres, it's reasonable to have a modification plate, a mod plate, as they'd say, which is technically checked that the vehicle is safe in something like a swerve test. But keep in mind that some vehicles actually don't pass the swerve test even as they come off the production line. And so while some can still do suspension raises of 50 millimetres, you just change the tyres and suddenly you're breaking the law. Mark Hammond, an owner of Capalabar's Hammond four-wheel drive, said, without changing the height of the tyre, your vehicle's going to get bogged. You've got to do something to be able to survive off-road, and Queensland's making it impossible. Australian Automotive Aftermarket Associations and QORF are all working together to stop this really silly decision. We want people enjoying holidaying, enjoying four-wheel driving safely. The way to do it is consult with this industry and not misapply hoon laws to innocent people driving responsibly simply because the vehicle's been lifted a few more millimetres. They want to do it with a compliance plate. They want to do it through legal channels. We should allow it and keep consistency across this great nation.